Good morning, or depending on when you're watching this, good afternoon, good evening, or good night. My name's Ross, and as always told out of Voice of Radio. So today, we need to take a little bit of a look at the set, the 25th anniversary set, which is going to be coming out around about February time. The most recent information we have is that the first products will be releasing on February the 19th, 2020. It is our 25th anniversary set. Now, the thing is, there are some images doing the rounds of this particular set. We will not be showing them in this video, but what's the I hear you ask? Why would you not show us the images? Because they blatantly haven't been gotten by nice, polite means. They're clearly cards that have been stolen from somewhere by somebody. Now, this is news. We cover news. We're gonna cover the news. I'm gonna tell you about this set, and I'm gonna tell you what we know about it. But I don't need to show you images in order to do that. And frankly, I don't want to encourage the behavior of the people that must have stolen the cards in order to have images of the cards. There we go. So what do we know? Well, we don't know the name of the set. We haven't been told the name of the set. The name of the set isn't on cards. But we were shown images of Kyogre, Reshiram, and Yveltal Amazing Rare. Now, I just showed you these cards yesterday and today in Japanese. They were actually revealed on the official Japanese website yesterday. So these cards are not particularly new. But because we've seen these cards, we do know certain things. We do know that these amazing rares will be in this anniversary set, and we know because we've seen them in the anniversary set. Are there going to be any other amazing rares? And the answer is probably not. First of all, it would be a gigantic coincidence if 3 amazing rares had leaked out and they just happened to be the 3 that were in Japan, but there were others that hadn't leaked out. That would be weird. And secondly, the main set is actually small. Like, really small. The main set has 72 cards. That's it. There are 72 cards in the main set. And bearing in mind, 3 of them are going to be these amazing rares. Now, what that should mean is that these amazing rares are quite easy to actually get and quite easy to actually find, which is good. I love these amazing rares. I love the design of them. And look, all of them have got super awkward attack costs. No one's arguing about that. But Kyogre does 80 damage to each of your opponent's Pokemon. Reshiram does 270 damage and then 60 to itself. And Yveltal gets a straight one-hit KO on anything. So, okay, fine, the attack costs are, awkward, shall we say, but let's be clear, they are absolutely worth paying. Like, if you can get them, if you can get them rolling, if you can get the energy on, you are going to have a very, very good time with this, ladies and gentlemen. A very good time indeed. So that's rather lovely. So we've seen those, and we've seen that there are 72 cards in the main set. Of course, this does match with what we saw back in Hidden Fates. Now, Hidden Fates was essentially the 2018 version of this set. Well, okay, it was 2018 in Japan, and then it ended up coming over here in 2019. It is interesting to note we had to wait nearly a year for Hidden Fates to come over here. This, Japan is getting it in November, we're getting it in February, which is a 3-month gap. That's not a simultaneous release by any stretch of the imagination, but it absolutely is a lot easier and better than it was before. Now, last time, if we look at Hidden Fates, we had a similar kind of thing, whereby we had a little main set and a rather large extra set, which can be a bit of a nightmare for collectors, but we'll worry about that later. So, Jolteon was actually one of the only good cards in Hidden Fates, and it was number 23 out of 68. So actually, there's still more regular cards here than there were back in Hidden Fates by 4. But if we take a look at something like Gardevoir GX, Gardevoir was Shiny Fault 75 out of 94. So there were more of the Shiny Vault cards than there were of the regular cards. It wasn't that you got an even amount of them, it just meant the Shiny Vault was super difficult to actually collect. But this is a set which is baiting collectors. And I don't say that as a mean thing or a negative. I say it as this is a special 25th anniversary set. You're supposed to buy a bit of it and get the occasional shiny card and go, yay! You're not actually supposed to collect the entire thing. And if you do, you are going to have to work for it, ladies and gentlemen. And we see a similar thing here. Now, one of the cards that was leaked was Charizard. Charizard VMAX Shiny. Charizard VMAX. And of course, this is the money card in the set. This is the one that everyone's going to be hoping to open up and have a jolly good time with. This is the one that... It's the one that is going to be partially responsible for the set being scalped to eternity and beyond, because people are going to be desperate to try and get their hands on this Charizard. It's not going to be an easy one to actually get your hands on. Little bit sad, but what can you do? This is very much the card that everybody's looking for, and we have been shown it, which is kind of cool. And we can see that it is actually one of 122 Shiny Vault cards. Now, like I said, we knew that in Hidden Fates there were 94. Here there are 122. So we've got 4 extra regular cards, and we've got 28 extra Shiny Vault cards. That is pretty big, ladies and gentlemen. That is pretty gosh darn big. This is not shaping up to be an easy set for collectors to collect. And the problem is that we've seen a bunch of these shiny... Well, no, we haven't seen a bunch, that's a lie. We've seen a few of them already. I've covered them on this channel. Obviously, I will show you all of them as they are revealed. As more get revealed, they will be shown on this channel. You have my word. But we've seen ones like Rotom, for instance. Rotom, when you play it from your hand to your bench, you get to search for 2 cards with Rotom in the name and put them into your hand. But as far as I'm concerned, Rotom Bike. Rotom Bike lets you draw until you've got 6 cards in your hand, but at end your turn. And I've been saying about Rotom Bike since the beginning, well, you want to be playing 4 of these to increase the chances of drawing into it turn 1. But you also want to be playing 1 of them because you're probably only going to want to play it turn 1. I have wanted a way the entire time. I have wanted a way to be able to play 1 Rotom Bike and be able to basically guarantee drawing it turn 1. And if you're playing a Quick Ball, which every deck is playing for Quick Ball right now, you can search for Rotom and then grab Rotom Bike. Now, the point of going through all of this, actually, no, one more. There is a coughing with Ascension. We've seen Ascension before. We've seen Ascension on Pokemon like Phantump. Basically, it lets you just evolve it as an attack. But the thing is, coughing can evolve into Galarian Wheezing, which locks abilities. So you essentially go second. Your opponent has a single turn, but on that turn, they're not allowed to play a supporter or attack. And then you get ability lock for the game, which is dumb, but good dumb, fun dumb. So the point I'm making here is, these shiny Pokemon, they are not straight reprints. We can look at the Frogadier from Hidden Fates, very good card, but it is identical to the Frogadier from Forbidden Light. Same card. Same Gale Shuriken ability. When you evolve into it, you get to drop 2 damage counters on one of your opponent's Pokemon. It's a great card, but it was a straight reprint. And a lot of these shiny Pokemon from Hidden Fates that weren't the big ones have ended up not being terribly expensive. You know, you'll pay like a cost of a pack, or maybe a tiny bit more. But they were straight reprints. These are not. These are good cards. So we know when we're getting them. We're going to be getting them starting in February, which is redonk. But then by the same token, they're going to be silly hard to get. Really hard to get. And you might want a play set of some of them. Rotom's probably a one-of. But if you want to play a Galarian Wheezing deck, you're going to need 4 coughing. And that's really interesting to me. We have an awful lot of questions remaining about this set, like the name. but I think we're starting to get a bit of a sense as to exactly what this set is going to be. It looks like we're just getting the shiny cards which are coming in Shiny Star V over in Japan. That seems pretty sensible. And it looks like we're going to be getting most of the other cards from there. Now, of course, that is going to impact our Sword and Shield 5 set, because Sword and Shield 5 is supposed to have Sword and Shield 5 in Japan, along with Shiny Star V. We generally get the same number as Japan, and then the number before's A set, i.e., we're supposed to, in our Sword and Shield 5, get Sword and Shield 5 from Japan and Sword and Shield 4A. But that's not going to be the case because, well, a lot of S4A, most of it in fact, is going to be going into our special 25th anniversary set. Or maybe it's just the amazing rares that are going in that set, and then there's going to be a bunch of reprints. The answer is we honestly don't know. We know the amazing rares are in there. We know there are 72 main cards, including the amazing rares. We know there are 122 shiny vault cards. We know that Shiny Star V is largely going to be translated into this 25th anniversary set. But there are so many questions. But you know the deal by now. Soon as we get answers to these, I'm going to be here to share them with you. It's kind of what I do. For now, ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to know what you think about all of this. So, let me know in the comment section, would ya? Go nuts, be nice. And then make sure you like this video, subscribe to this channel, follow me on Twitter at TheWasi, and Twitch for some live action at twitch.tv/PTCG Radio. If you want to support the channel, get some bonus podcasts and all that good stuff, head on over to patreon.com/PTCG Radio, where you can do exactly that. But by far the most important thing, as always, look after yourselves till next time, would ya? Thank you very much for watching. My name's Ross, and you've been watching PTCG Radio.